palm. I don't know if you read the statement. I don't have a copy of the statement. But the statement was really like, nobody's at fault. You know, this is just the season we are in our lives. And I'm paraphrasing. You know, we love each other, but I'm like, y'all don't love each other to go the distance. Like, I'm like, that is the most PR politically correct fluff I have ever heard in my life. Like, I'm like, y'all can't believe that people actually believe it. I'm like, y'all don't even believe this. Because if y'all really believe this, y'all wouldn't be headed to divorce court right now. I don't know Devon. I might know Megan. She did plays in Meg. All right. So right, they act right. So Jern, I'm with Jern. So they act like God was leading them to divorce, which is the most wicked, detestable thing. And I'm like, you can't really say that God is in this. First of all, none of this glorifies God, right? They should have just been like, you know what? I messed up. I tried, and y'all pardon me. You know, I'm still in this unredeemed flesh. So I was just about to say, listen, Devon, you tried to turn a hoe into a housewife, and it just don't work. It just doesn't work. Like, she gotta come with the basics. She didn't have those basics. Like, she was who she was. And that's okay. But if you go into a relationship trying to change a person to be something they're not, like, dude, listen, I know a lot about Seventh-day Adventists. Seventh-day Adventists typically marry other Seventh-day Adventists. Seventh-day Adventists, historically and theologically, they fit a certain paradigm, right? From a theological perspective, you know, and just how they move, they are modest, right? They are known for being modest, chaste. They don't really do too much makeup. They worship on, they honor the Sabbath. Like Friday, sundown, they ain't going nowhere. They in the house. Saturday, all day, they in church till that sun goes down. Do you hear me? Now, they're not all vegetarian, but they tend to be high plant-based people. Like, there's certain distinctives for the Seventh-day Adventists. I'm not saying I agree with them or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, my dad's side of the family, they're all SDA. I've grown up around them to know how they move. So knowing he's from the Seventh-day Adventist faith tradition, I was just like, bro, this ain't gonna work. Like, I could have saved them a whole lot of heartache, pain, time, and money. So let's say okay, so number 2, believers are admonished against yoking together with unbelievers. The scriptures are clear. Like, I'm trying to understand why we had to go the route of God told me when God already spoke. He spoke in his word and he had already told you this ain't what you're supposed to be doing. But yet we put God's name on it, said God said it, and now that we're in a divorce situation, now we're standing here with pie on our face, and now we got to come out with these PR statements to make it look like, well, yes, God said that, but now God is moving us this way. That ain't how God operates. Let's see. Yeah, so by Devon's own admission, he said he would never date an actress. He said he didn't want a woman who smokes. She smokes. Didn't want a woman who drinks. She drinks. I am not saying that smoking and drinking is God honoring. I mean, drunkenness is a sin. Drunkenness, you know, smoking, I don't think that glorifies God, but, you know, whatever. Megan, by her own admission, professed Christ, but we don't have any evidence of fruit publicly. Like, the Bible doesn't speak about Christians being devout in secret. Like, we don't have a private life and a public life. Like, who we are is who we are. We're supposed to let our light shine for all men to see. So if she's been professing Christ since she was 16, but yet at 40, all we have is her breasts and lasciviousness and her provocativeness. Like, we don't know anything about her